Hey everybody, are you interested in learning about the parks here in Gig Harbor and the surrounding areas? If so, then watch this video. My name is Darren Rivers. I am the Northwest Realtor and welcome to Living in Gig Harbor. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this clip, today we are going to talk about the parks here in Gig Harbor and the surrounding area. Some of them are state parks, some are city parks, some are just county parks, recreational areas, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to go through a number of the different parks here. We're going to go out on location and actually take a look at these so I can show you what we're talking about. And by the way, all my information is right there. So please feel free to give me a call, a text message, anything to reach out to me if you have any questions about this video or any of my other videos. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe. And let's get started with the parks here in and around Gig Harbor. Okay, stop number one on places and parks here in Gig Harbor is first right here. McCormack Forest Park. So this is otherwise known as the jail trails because it is right near the Purdy prison. And these are just trails. You can see some right back there behind me. Just maintained trails that go in through the woods here. It's all really nice and shaded and cool even on these hot summer days. Dogs are totally welcome. You're supposed to keep them on a leash, of course, and pick up, if they stop and do their business, pick it up. I think somewhere around here. Yep, they even have little places where you can bags for you to use so you can carry those along in case you forgot yours. Porta potties in case you need to use one. And again, these are just maintained trails all through the woods here. So here's what I was talking about. As you can see, it is totally pet friendly. Keep them on a leash. There's the poop bags. And again, these trails just go all through here like this. So there's several miles of trails in here. Nothing super strenuous. There's a couple little ups and downs, but no big slopes or anything like that. I've personally brought my mountain bike in here and ridden in there, but it's not super huge. So you'd kind of exhaust that fairly quickly, and there's nothing really challenging if you're looking for more challenging mountain bike trails. This is truly more of like kind of trail jogging, take your dog for a walk in the woods and just be in this nice, natural, cool trees up above, all that sort of stuff, that kind of setting. So anyway, McCormack Trails, the jail trails. Hey, one thing I forgot to mention in this is at the beginning of each park that we're going to go through, I'm going to put up a little map here in the corner, just kind of show you where it is in relation to just downtown Gig Harbor itself. So it'll just be a basic map, kind of give you an idea if it's up north or down south or wherever it may be compared to Gig Harbor. So that's something I'm gonna do. That was just a little segue before we get started on the number 2 park that we're gonna see today. Okay folks, so now we are on the second park that we are visiting, and this is not in any order. This is simply, I'm just doing a drive of basically in a big circle, so it's what's most convenient for me. So this is the second park that we're stopping at. This is called Sel Homestead Park, and this is a huge facility, and I'm gonna turn this camera around and show you what this is. Really, really big park here. Okay, so here at Sel, it's a really big sports complex. There are 3 or 4 baseball/softball fields. I've played in adult league softball here myself. There's a little camp going on over there for little leaguers right now. So they got some full-size baseball and softball fields this direction. They also have, you can see as we walk through the parking lot here, and again, there's some camps going on right now for kids camps, but they got a giant playground set over there. In fact, I'm gonna turn this off and get closer just so you can see. Okay, everybody, so this is the big playground structure that parents bring their little ones whenever their older ones are over there playing basketball or playing tennis off in the background. And then over here, there's a couple soccer fields. And when my kids were smaller, they would come here for soccer camps, play soccer games. They got football stadium or football goalposts set up here as well. They got some stands over there, nice set of public bathrooms. So like I said, this is a huge facility. Fairly new also. This was kind of a long time in the making, and there's a trail that walks around the whole thing. So, drop your kid off at Little League practice and want to go for a nice walk with the dog or whatever, you certainly can. This is Sel Homestead Park. Okay, everybody, we are at our 3rd location, and this is Pogochuck State Park. And unfortunately, check this out. It is closed for the rest of the season. They are doing some big work in there, but I'll tell you a little bit about the park, and I'll put some still photos up here also so you can kind of see what it looks like. But this is a park on the beach. The state park, it's 109 acres and it has over a mile of shoreline out there on the beach where you can go out, you know, and there's seashells and skip rocks, and you look over at Dead Man's Island and the Olympic Mountains and things like that. Super, super pretty. Lots of little trails in there behind me, but nothing super big. There's some day picnic spots and picnic tables and things like that. It's a day use only. There's no overnight overnight camping or anything like that. Day use only. And yeah, this is one of the few state parks around here. It's really, really pretty back there, and unfortunately I can't take you, so I apologize for that. But like I said, I'll put some photos up there, and it's a really cool spot to come down and check out. Okay, next up on the parks that we're going to go to. Wow, you hear that echo? I am underneath this little gazebo and it's totally echoing. Totally weird. So let me move out of it. In fact, let me see if I can turn the camera around and I'll just get you a better idea of what we're looking at here. Okay, let's try it this way. We are at the Narrows Park, and this is obviously at the Narrows. You can see right there the two Tacoma Narrow bridges. And this is a small kind of park. It's only about 36 acres and it has a little over 1,300 feet of waterfront here. This, honestly, for me anyway, this is someplace I brought my kids when they were pretty small. You know, they could play in the little tide pool area there, look at the seashells, things like that. This isn't a park with sports courts or anything like that. We got little picnic areas here, and the parking lot is up there. So this is kind of it. It's kind of small, but it's a great place to let your kids come down and just kind of look at the nature of the Puget Sound. And you have the Narrows Bridge right here, and I don't know if you can see it, but just over the top of those trees is Mount Rainier. And by the way, I just want to do a little segue here. I just want to point out something. My last video was the top 4 pros and top 4 cons to living in Gig Harbor, and one of them on each side of that equation was the weather. Well, man, this is a day that is just, it's ideal. We are in mid-July 2024. It's about 78 degrees outside right now. It is perfect. There's no humidity. There is no bugs. There's a slight breeze. I am wearing short sleeve shirt and shorts. I'm gonna go hit some golf balls this afternoon, play golf tomorrow, I hope. I'm telling you, the weather in the summer, this is the best place on earth. Okay, everybody, we are on a different location now. And you know, I know this lighting is not great. The sun is like right there. The hat is here. I am not a professional videographer or anything like that. I do make these videos. I am an expert in the area. I want to be an expert resource for you. I am a professional real estate agent, but man, I mean, I don't do professional videos. This is all just done by me. So it's your guide around, and we are on location at the next spot. And this is a little bit of a convenience factor because the next one is actually not in Gig Harbor. It's Point Defiance Park in Tacoma. And let me give you some stats on that right now. So actually I am on a patio of my parents' home, and this is the view they have, and they look right out over there at Point Defiance. Point Defiance is the second largest city park in the country, next to Central Park in New York. And you can see it's quite large. They actually have a road that goes around that's called 5 Mile Drive, because it takes about 5 miles to drive around the whole park on the kind of the circumference of it. It's also got some other cool things right in there, the park, or next to the park. It's got some garden areas. It's got a zoo and aquarium, lots of trails and deer and things like that in there. Use caution though. See those cliffs right over there? I used to work for Tacoma Fire Department back in the day, and I can't tell you on how many rope rescue situations we had to go on because people were trying to get good views and things like that of the sound, and they ended up going down those cliffs, and we had to rescue them, high angle rescue type stuff. So those cliffs are no joke. They are serious, but they're all protected. You got to be pretty dumb actually to go off the edge and do it on purpose. It's not like you're just going to fall off on accident. Sorry, I know I went off on a little tangent there about falling off the cliffs. It's just, man, you never know what people are going to get into. Anyway, right behind me there, Point Defiance Park. Awesome park. Huge area, great nature area, great place to go jogging through there on 5 Mile Drive or on the trails. Go on nature walks through the trails, go visit the zoo and the aquarium, the whole 9 yards. A lot to offer over there. Really cool place. And it's just right across the water over there in Tacoma. Okay, everybody, now we are in downtown Gig Harbor at Scany Brothers Park. This is just a little park right here on the waterfront of Gig Harbor. I'm up on a platform overlooking everything up here, and I'm going to turn the camera around here again so I can do a better job of showing you what I'm looking at and explain everything to you. Okay, Scany's Brother Park right down there. There's a little water fountain and kids running around in it. Seating area, and why all those chairs are out there right now is because on Tuesdays they have a concert in the park here every Tuesday night in the summer, and the band is underneath that little, I don't know, gazebo, that covered area there. Everybody comes and puts their lawn chairs out to save their seat. Down over here is the water and a public dock, so people put their boats out there. You can throw your kayak in or paddleboard and go out there in the harbor. Up here is another viewing area, and this is just a platform. And this just overlooks all of the downtown waterfront Gig Harbor area. So the attraction here is the concerts in the summer on Tuesdays. Farmers markets are in this same place right here on Thursdays. And then of course the fountains are going during the nice summer days. And you can go out and enjoy the water and public dock right there. Okay, next up, here we are. We are at Crescent Creek Park, and it's because right behind me is the little Crescent Creek. This is also known as Gig Harbor City Park. I've seen it both ways, and there's signs here that say both. But I'm right now on this little platform that's overlooking this little creek, and if I turn around, it goes to the actual park. So there's some playground area. In fact, it's really hard for me to walk backwards. I'm not one of those college tours that can walk backwards all over campus. So I'm going to turn the phone around here and show you what we're talking about. Okay, so standing on this platform, looking back up at the park, they got this covered area here, picnic area. You can do some grilling and barbecuing. They have some built-in barbecue type platforms underneath that shelter there. Bathrooms are over there. A little climbing rock and stuff. They have a playground right through those trees over there. Another viewing little platform right back there for looking down into the creek. You can see some salmon running and stuff if it's the right time of year. And then there's this grass area right up here that you see people playing frisbee and throwing the football around and things like that. It's a pretty cool little park. Another look over there at the little playground area. It's kind of for smaller kids. There's nothing really complicated or big about it. Nothing nearly as big as the one at Sel Homestead Park, but it's still a nice, cute little area. My kids certainly played there plenty when they were younger, I should say. And then across the parking lot up here and up these steps, which we will get to here shortly. So we got some tennis courts and pickleball courts here, basketball hoop and set over there. And then over here, this is just kind of like a little t-ball field, maybe little league. I mean, it's nothing huge, it's smaller kids, but my kids definitely played here when they were little, and it was real little league, but the field's not super deep, maybe 200 feet or so. And then we turn around, there's little grandstand areas there, and then back down the steps to the parking lot and over to the little park area that we were in earlier. So that, my friends, is the City Park, otherwise known as Crescent Creek Park, right down here in Gig Harbor. This is actually a city-owned park. Okay, everybody, this is my last stop of the day and the last park that we're gonna go to. This is Gateway Park. This is actually out a little bit on the Key Peninsula. Not much, it's just over the Pretty Bridge, a few minutes over the Pretty Bridge from Gig Harbor itself, and this is heading out towards the Key Peninsula. So you eventually get down to Vaughn and Key Center and Lake Bay, and all of those are quite a ways down from here. This is still pretty close in, but it is on this side of the bridge. This is a really big place, big fields here. There is a big playground. There is some water features over there. It's not like water slides or anything, but you know, the buckets fill up with water and splash down on the kids and things like that. Really big. So this is Gateway Park out here just across the Pretty Bridge, and that's what we're looking at. One last thing on the Gateway Park here is back there in those woods back there are tons of trails. So you can go mountain biking or just hiking or whatever, lots of trails back in there. But while we're here, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up this video now. So again, this was all about parks in and around Gig Harbor. I showed you a variety of different kinds, everything from, you know, places on the water, more of camping type places, even though there's no over camping, to sports facilities, playgrounds, places where you can go see a concert or the farmer's market, access to the water there at Scany Brothers, the whole 9 yards. So again, my information's right there. My name is Darren Rivers. I am the Northwest Realtor. I am not a professional videographer, but I am a professional real estate agent and a local expert on all the areas. Please check out all my videos give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.